Hello, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be on this blue orb. Hope you're doing well. My name's Gary Turner. We are going live right now. This morning, it's 10:04 UK time on Saturday, the 15th of March, 2026. Why am I going live today? I'm going live across Substack, live across YouTube, and also on my LinkedIn. And so I wanted to share a few dot connections today, a few dot connections around where we are in this moment. I'm somebody that actually works within the chemicals industry, so I'm very much seeing in real time what's happening with the downstream supply chain from crude oil. So there's a few questions that everybody could be holding right now. The first question is, we're seeing right now in real time the reliance on big oil and on the petrochemical industry. We're seeing just how fragile, how intimately fragile this global supply chain is. When one strait in the Middle East, which is 21 miles long, can be controlled for whatever reason, it shows you that it can completely choke the global supply chain. Now, we can talk about the geopolitics of this, and maybe I will shortly, maybe I won't. But the whole point of this video right now is just to try and join a few dots for people who may not work as deeply as I do within the extractive industries, within the chemical industry. So let me share this with you. Since, bears in mind, since the US and Israel attacked Iran, which by all sides is illegal, whatever your political leaning, it's completely illegal war, okay? Whatever anyone's perspective. So there's an illegal war that's taken place, logged on Iran. Iran have responded by saying, right, we can choke the global supply chain here. Let's control the Strait of Hormuz. And what I've seen in real time as someone that works inside of the chemical industry is an increase in prices of petrochemical derivatives. So if you have crude oil, LNG, naphtha as the feedstock that gets cracked, and then you have the derivatives that go down through through propylene, through benzene, and the rest of the petrochemical supply chain. Now, I buy and sell some raw materials that actually come from that next layer down from crude oil. Now, why is that interesting? Because 70%, 70% price increase in the last 7 days. So a raw material that cost X a week ago is now X plus 70%, 70. Now, in and of itself, it's like that's a problem. But it becomes an even bigger problem when we start to look at the politics of this, which is people are saying we're going to get bills down, we've got a cost of living crisis, etc. But some reports are talking about the fact that the big oil companies are now going to net many billions of extra profit because of this shortage, which makes sense, right? Classic Western global capitalism, supply and demand, means that people force prices up as supply becomes more constrained. Who benefits from that constraining of global supply? Those that have control of the feedstock and the raw material. So what we're actually going to see is, on the one hand, it's a very big power play by those in particular in the US and the Middle East who are actually causing this conflict, because ultimately they're forcing up raw material prices, which is what they want, so they can extract more money out of the system, which is basically what they do in the 1%. And guess who gets to suffer? The 99%. So the me and you. So regardless of whether we're on 10 grand a year or 100 grand a year, we're all going to get absolutely whacked because our food prices are going to go up, our fuel prices are going to go up, everything's basically going to be going up, and we're the ones that take the brunt of these geopolitical conflicts. While the super rich and the politicians, they just keep taking what they're taking, if not take even more. And as we've seen with billionaire wealth over the last 20 years, the increase in billionaires is insane versus the average wage of the average employee. So I just wanted to share an inside chemical industry view today. And also what I'm doing is just testing Substack. I'll be honest. So I've not gone live on Substack before. So we're going live on Substack, YouTube, and LinkedIn. And what I want to talk about going forward is a bit more about the inside out view of what's happening with these geopolitical challenges, as well as what's going on externally. So until then, hopefully you'll join me, subscribe at my Substack, In the Business of Healthy Masculinity. It'd be great for you to join us on the journey. We'll be going live a lot more, myself, also my friend and co-conspirator, Hannah Litt. Follow her on Substack as well. And I really hope that you will join us as we do more and more of these live conversations across multiple platforms. We need to be having conversations around the realities of what's going on in the world, get our heads out of the sand, understand that this current geopolitical conflict is just one very limited but very key node in a range of other collapse metrics that we're going to continue to see. Like I say, if we can see that the price of hydrocarbons coming out of China can increase by 70% in just 7 days. If that strait continues to be managed in the way that it is, very cleverly by Iran, we're going to see the oil price continue to spike even further. Who does that impact the most? Me and you. Fuel prices again, food prices go up, cost of everything goes through the roof. Who it doesn't impact? Billionaires and multinational business owners. So stay tuned, subscribe, and let's keep in touch. And I hope you get something out of this conversation. And I'd like to bring you on as a guest at some point as well. Cheers.